Hurricane Milton slammed into Florida's Gulf Coast on October 9, 2024. The Category 3 hurricane brought 120-mile-per-hour winds and torrential rain. The storm wreaked havoc on coastal communities. The destruction stretched for miles. Hurricane Milton left a trail of devastation in its wake. The storm surge was particularly destructive. Waves as high as 8 to 10 feet crashed ashore. Homes were ripped from their foundations. Businesses were reduced to rubble. The storm surge swallowed entire neighborhoods. Hurricane Milton claimed at least 24 lives. The storm left many people injured. Thousands were displaced from their homes. The human cost of the hurricane was immeasurable. The storm served as a stark reminder of the power of nature. Siesta Key, known for its pristine white sand beaches, was among the hardest hit areas. The storm surge reshaped the coastline. Sand was pushed inland, burying streets and homes. The once vibrant tourist destination was now a scene of destruction. The storm surge destroyed countless homes on Siesta Key. Many were completely swept away. Those left standing suffered severe damage. The storm surge left behind a trail of debris. Shattered glass, splintered wood, and personal belongings littered the streets. The iconic Siesta Key pier, a beloved landmark, was reduced to rubble. The storm surge ripped through the structure. The pier collapsed into the churning waters. The loss of the pier was a devastating blow to the community. Amidst the devastation, stories of survival began to emerge. Residents who had evacuated returned to find their homes destroyed. Yet, they expressed gratitude for their lives. The resilience of the human spirit shone through the despair. Anna Maria Island, a barrier island south of Siesta Key, also faced Milton's wrath. The storm surge inundated homes and businesses. The island's power grid was crippled. Residents were left without electricity, running water, or communication. The storm surge left behind a thick layer of mud and debris. The air was heavy with the smell of salt water and decay. The once charming island was now a disaster zone. The task of cleaning up seemed insurmountable. Despite the devastation, the spirit of community prevailed. Neighbors helped neighbors clear debris. Strangers offered food, water, and words of encouragement. The community rallied together to support one another. The road to recovery would be long and arduous, but the residents of Anna Maria Island were determined to rebuild their lives and their community. They drew strength from their shared experience. Together, they would overcome this tragedy. While coastal areas bore the brunt of Hurricane Milton, inland communities were not spared. Clearwater, located on the mainland, experienced severe flooding. The storm surge pushed water from Tampa Bay into the city. Streets transformed into rivers. The rising floodwaters trapped residents in their homes. Emergency responders worked tirelessly to rescue those stranded. Boats navigated flooded streets, ferrying people to safety. The floodwaters caused extensive damage to homes and businesses. The flooding overwhelmed Clearwater's drainage system. The city's infrastructure was pushed to its limits. The floodwaters carried sewage and pollutants, posing health risks. The cleanup effort would be costly and time-consuming. The flooding in Clearwater highlighted the interconnectedness of coastal and inland communities. Hurricane Milton's impact extended far beyond the coast. The storm served as a reminder of the importance of preparing for natural disasters. Section 5, A Glimmer of Hope, Babcock Ranch. Amidst the devastation, a glimmer of hope emerged from Babcock Ranch, a community east of Fort Myers. Babcock Ranch was designed to withstand hurricanes. The community weathered the storm with minimal damage. Babcock Ranch's power grid remained operational throughout the hurricane. The community's solar power system provided a reliable source of electricity. Residents had access to power, water, and internet service. The community's buildings were constructed to withstand high winds and flooding. Babcock Ranch's storm drainage system effectively channeled away excess water. The community's thoughtful design paid off during Hurricane Milton. Babcock Ranch served as a model of resilience in the face of natural disasters. The community's experience demonstrated the importance of incorporating sustainable and resilient practices in urban planning. Section 6, Federal Aid and Relief Efforts. As the scope of the devastation became clear, President Biden declared a major disaster for Florida. This declaration made federal funding available to individuals and communities affected by Hurricane Milton. The federal government mobilized resources to support the recovery efforts. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, deployed teams to Florida to assist with disaster relief. FEMA provided temporary housing, food, water, and medical supplies to those in need. The agency also began the process of assessing damage and providing financial assistance. The Small Business Administration, or SBA, offered low-interest loans to businesses and homeowners affected by the hurricane. These loans provided much-needed capital to help businesses rebuild and residents repair their homes. The federal government's swift response provided a lifeline to those impacted by Hurricane Milton. The federal aid helped to alleviate suffering and provided hope for the future. The recovery process would be long, but with federal support, communities could begin to rebuild. Section 7. The Spirit of Volunteering. In the aftermath of Hurricane Milton, the spirit of volunteering shone brightly. People from across Florida and beyond flocked to affected areas to lend a helping hand. Volunteers brought food, water, clothing, and other essential items. Volunteers worked tirelessly to clear debris from roads and properties. They helped to distribute supplies to those in need. They offered comfort and support to those who had lost everything. The outpouring of support from volunteers was a testament to the compassion and resilience of the human spirit. Volunteers provided hope and encouragement to those struggling to cope with the aftermath of the hurricane. The volunteer efforts played a crucial role in the recovery process. They helped to bridge the gap between immediate needs and long-term recovery efforts. The selfless dedication of volunteers made a tangible difference in the lives of those affected by Hurricane Milton. Section 8. Rebuilding lives and communities. The process of rebuilding lives and communities after Hurricane Milton was daunting. The storm had left behind a trail of destruction that would take months, if not years, to repair. But amidst the devastation, there was a spirit of determination. Construction crews worked tirelessly to repair damaged homes and businesses. Insurance adjusters assessed the extent of their damage. Government agencies worked to provide assistance to those in need. The recovery process was not without its challenges. Disagreements arose over insurance claims. Supply chain disruptions led to delays in obtaining building materials. The emotional toll of the disaster weighed heavily on many. Despite the obstacles, communities gradually began to rebuild. New homes and businesses were constructed. Damaged infrastructure was repaired. Life slowly began to return to a semblance of normalcy. Section 9. Lessons learned. The importance of preparation. Hurricane Milton served as a stark reminder of the importance of disaster preparedness. The storm highlighted the need for individuals, communities, and governments to be prepared for the increasing frequency and intensity of natural disasters. One crucial lesson learned was the importance of having a plan in place. Individuals and families should develop a hurricane plan that includes evacuation routes, communication strategies, and a designated meeting place. Another important lesson was the need to secure adequate insurance coverage. Homeowners and businesses should review their insurance policies to ensure they have sufficient coverage for hurricane-related damage. The hurricane also underscored the importance of investing in resilient infrastructure. Communities should prioritize building codes and land use planning that mitigate the impacts of natural disasters. Section 10. The long road to recovery. The road to recovery after Hurricane Milton was long and arduous. The physical damage was extensive, but the emotional toll was equally significant. Many people lost loved ones, their homes, or their livelihoods. The recovery process extended far beyond the initial cleanup and rebuilding efforts. It involved addressing the long-term mental health needs of those affected by the disaster. It required rebuilding trust and a sense of community. The recovery process was not linear. There were setbacks and challenges along the way, but with each passing day, communities made progress. They drew strength from their shared experiences and their determination to rebuild their lives. The long road to recovery after Hurricane Milton tested the resilience of the human spirit, but it also revealed the extraordinary capacity for compassion, innovation, and collaboration that emerges in times of crisis. Section 11, Florida Strong, a testament to resilience. Hurricane Milton left an indelible mark on Florida. The storm caused widespread destruction and claimed precious lives, but it also revealed the indomitable spirit of the people of Florida. In the aftermath of the hurricane, Floridians came together to support one another. They demonstrated resilience, compassion, and a determination to rebuild. The storm may have tested their spirit, but it did not break it. Hurricane Milton served as a reminder that natural disasters can strike at any time. But it also highlighted the importance of preparedness, community, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. The people of Florida emerged from this tragedy stronger than ever.